Alright, let's continue with TDD. So we've just made this given no product, when call add, then throw missing product exception, unit test pass. It was read, we didn't have a missing product exception, and it wasn't thrown. Now in add, we throw a missing product exception. Now, wouldn't it be nice if our missing product had a user-friendly exception message? Yes, it would be. So let's extend this test and write that now. Okay, I'm going to come in here now and write with message. What shall the message be? Must have a product. Must have a product. So we've extended the current unit test and let's see where we get with that. Running the unit test now. It's read again. Cool. Well, let's make the appropriate changes in our missing product exception. So I'm going to create a constructor saying public missing product, calling the base constructor. Let's structure that slightly differently. Our constructor doesn't really have to do anything. One of the overloads of base, which really it means it's calling the constructor on the base, which is the exception class here. One of the overloads takes a string, which is the message, and we're passing the message in. So we're kind of hard coding the message inside missing product, and that makes perfect sense. Every time a product is missing, we want to know this particular message. It doesn't make sense to have a different message. Let's run the test and see where we end up. The test passes, and just to make sure that all our tests pass, I'm going to run all our tests and all unit tests pass. So it says all four of them are green, 4 tests pass, which is great. This test is now checking that we've got a missing product, and the missing product has got a particular message, which is must have a product. Okay, it's worthwhile to kind of go into a couple of things here. The first one is, why didn't we write the unit test in the first instance with missing product and then with this particular message? Why not write it like this in the first instance? Well, that is because of the 3 rules of TDD, in particular rule number 2, which says only write enough of a unit test to make the test fail. So in our first iteration, enough of a unit test just meant, okay, we need to have a missing product exception. The next iteration, enough of a unit test meant, okay, we have the missing product exception and it must have this particular exception message. We just do everything in baby steps. Cool. The next thing I want to talk about is, why did we write the with message in the same unit test? Should we have created a separate unit test for the with message? Why do that in the same test? There's a guideline around unit testing which goes as follows. A unit test should only verify one thing. It should only check or assert, validate one particular aspect of behavior or functionality. And in this instance, the particular exception message is an integral part of the exception itself. The missing product exception, let me go back to Visual Studio. The missing product exception message must have a product is an integral part of the missing product exception. So I think it is fair to say that we're still checking for the one thing in the one unit test and that we're doing those things together. Alright, I think we're done with this unit test and it's time to move on to the next test. And we'll do that in the next video. See you shortly.